welcome to this video. This is the Glow Theory podcast. I'm your host, Jay Marie, and welcome back. So in today's episode, we're giving very chill vibes. We're wearing PJs. I suggest you do the same. Grab yourself some wine or apple juice, whatever your choice of drink is. Grab a snack, just chill with me. Today's episode, we are going to be talking about alchemizing pain into power. Obviously, today's episode is close to my heart because I've been through a lot in my life. I may not look like it, but I've been through a lot of shit that just is like, damn, that soul needs a break. And I just want to talk about how you can take that pain and shift it into power and not let that pain take you down or dictate your future, your present, your reality, or whatever endeavors that you're going to be taking for yourself. And just, sharing some of my experiences here and there, sprinkle to, hopefully create some relatability or see if this is something that you're currently going through and see if this is helpful. So part 1, acknowledging your pain. So what I mean by acknowledging your pain, for example, obviously we've been through a lot of trauma and I never really took the time to process a lot of my pain until I went into intensive therapy for like a year. And I think growing up, when I was going through really traumatic events in my life, my brain, my nervous system, it's like I was dissociating most of the time. I think obviously for my brain was protecting me, because obviously what I've been going through and continue to go through was just a lot. And so most of the time I was disassociating and not processing the pain because it's like there's no time to process this, and plus this is a lot. Like, the survival mode of, picking and choosing the battles for the time being. And when I did go into therapy and I had to process the pain, it was very much intense, very much raw, very much chaotic. It felt like I was losing control because I was so used to maintaining and putting like a little patch on my emotions and my feelings and whatever it is until I can deal with it. Kept pushing it down until I can deal with it, until I have time to deal with it. And so being in therapy really obviously forced me to go through all those raw and intense emotions. And it felt like when you're in that pain, like that type of pain, like it's unexplainable. You can't really, it feels raw. Like I don't know how else to describe it. And it just feels like it's breaking you down because there's no control. You have no control anymore. It's just like, So obviously at first it's not gonna feel like it's shaping you or feeling like you can turn this into power. But the first step is acknowledging that pain and letting yourself process properly, letting yourself feel. And don't minimize your pain either, because pain obviously varies from each person to each person. I'm just saying, don't be ashamed and don't be minimizing yourself and your emotions and your feelings and what you've gone through. Always validate your emotions, your feelings, because this is your experience too. It's not about other people. It's not about, okay, but other people have it worse. Sure they do, but this is you. We're talking about you right now. So validate your emotions, acknowledge the pain, let yourself process what you need to process. And also the grieving part of who you were before the pain comes in when you start processing it. It's like, damn, like I wish I could go back to being happy and, nonchalant and not, having any knowledge of this pain. But it's like, don't you see the beauty in that? It's like, now that you've undergone this pain, this trauma, yes, it's terrible, but yes, it's taught you, it's changed your mindset. It has changed your perception of people and who you are and your reality. And you can use that for the betterment of yourself, because it's now like you have wisdom in certain things because you've experienced that. Or you've grown more empathy because you've undergone that. Little pockets of pain can definitely be our greatest teachers. And it's hard to see that in the beginning or when you are in the fucking hell holes of it, but it truly can be your greatest teacher. All right, so now we're gonna shift into part 2, which is reframing your hurt. So we're gonna introduce the concept of alchemy. I love this word because it's truly you can alchemize pain into power. So the concept of alchemy means changing the meaning that you attach to pain. So like I was saying, certain painful moments in time can actually be your greatest teacher. You can turn those moments into something greater, and shifting that mindset from why did this happen to me? Oh, I always go through this, or just the really negative mindset. Shifting that, alchemizing that, and shifting it like, hey, what did this teach me? When you're finally in that space to reflect properly and, look back, or even during the process if you can. But just looking back at the pain and, it's like, what did this teach me? What boundaries did this teach me? What did this teach me to look out for? What perceptions do I have of myself now? What did this experience force me to learn? So yeah, with that pain, you can either be the reason why you trust yourself way more, or be the reason why you don't trust yourself at all. So we love the word alchemy, alchemize your thought patterns, rerouting that pain into a lesson, into something that taught you, into something that changes you for the better. Now we're gonna get into part 3, building self-confidence from the wound. So I would say what's starting with that is building that self-trust within yourself, trusting that you can grow from this pain. You can build and do better and grow and achieve way better, because this pain, yes, it brought you down, but it taught you, it gave you tools, it's creating your foundation. So trusting in yourself and knowing that you can get past this, that there is better to come, that there is a bigger and better future and picture that's there. It's proving to yourself that you can rebuild from what was fucking burned to ashes, that you can survive. Another way of building self-confidence from the wound is boundaries. Now now that you've experienced what you've had to experience, you understand and now have a different perception and different understanding of things and more of a knowing. So obviously you have boundaries now. You should have boundaries. You don't have to allow bad things to happen to you. You can now place those boundaries and be like, no, I don't want this. No, I'm not interacting with these people. No, I'm not going here. No, I'm not doing that. Or no, I'm not allowing that into my life. Wow, this dog really is going crazy. It's just about, stop letting that same kind of hurt spin the block and hurt you again. You have the boundaries, you now have the understanding, you trust yourself. So now it's like, nope, we put a pause to whatever is not benefiting you, whatever is not helping you grow and heal and add to your life. Another way that helps with building self-confidence from the wound is self-expression, being yourself, being authentic, from that pain and that whatever it was that you've gone through. We take that, we eat it, and we're like, you know what, this is not who I am anymore. We alchemize that, and now we are just gonna be us. We're gonna express who we are unapologetically, show up for ourselves unapologetically, be who we are unapologetically, and not let shame or embarrassment or guilt even trip you down or take you back into that space that you don't need to be, that you don't deserve to be. Because self-confidence, it's not, especially after, being extremely traumatized in life, it's not always pretty. It's literally just about showing up for yourself in ways that you couldn't before, in ways that you were forced to not before. It's knowing that you can handle life now. It's like, you know what? I keep going, I keep pushing, I keep being me, I keep trusting myself, alchemize that pain. I keep going because I know there's a bigger picture for me. It's like that inner knowing, like, I've been through hell, but I'm still gonna keep going. I still got up and kept going. That's what that is. So be you, be confident, build that trust, have those boundaries, and show up authentically, unapologetically, trust yourself, believe in yourself. You got to this point, keep doing it, keep trusting, keep believing in yourself. We're gonna move on to part 4. Your pain can be your power story. Obviously, there are a lot of people in this world who are successful and they have been through a lot of shit. It's always those magnificent people, those people who are always smiley or who are so successful in life, and then you hear their backstory and it's like, whoa, you don't look like you could have gone through that. But they alchemize that pain into power. They're like, nah, this pain is not going to shape my reality. I still believe in myself. I still trust myself. I still trust my plan, where I'm going in life, because this pain is just building my foundation. We're building a house, okay? We're just layering the foundation first, okay? And then we're getting the frames up. We're installing the walls or whatever the fuck. They alchemized that pain into power. And you can do the exact same thing. And I feel like people really are just naturally attracted, magnetized by people who are just authentically them. So when you show your scars and who you are and how life brought you up to be fucking proud of that. And I feel like people will, it's like almost like humanize you a lot more and be like, damn, because I know, I understand being put together, you look, great, you look like you got your shit together, but it's like people don't realize when I finally share about my life experiences, they're like, what the fuck? And all of a sudden it's like I'm human again. They're more drawn to me because it's like, I guess, relatable and creates more understanding. It's like I'm not just this tough person because I want to be. I'm not this independent person because I want to be. It's not because I'm not, all poised and calm and the way I am. It's literally, it's not because I chose to be like that. It's not because I'm stuck up or arrogant or anything like that. It's just, I've been through a lot of shit in my life and it has taught me a lot. It has given me a lot of wisdom and empathy and, obviously character development. And it's like sometimes the most put together person has gone through a lot of shit. So wear them healed scars proud, be authentic about your story and how you were brought up to be, and never be ashamed of it, and always validate your stories and what you've gone through. Because yes, people have it worse, might have it worse, but it's like, this is about you and your story and your journey and your life experience today. And sometimes that pain as your power story, you can because I've always had this kind of mindset, when I was going through the flames of hell, I always had this mindset for whatever reason. Maybe it's like an angel, around me all the time telling me this shit, especially when I was really down bad. Like, it's going to be okay. Like, things will get better. It will be okay. I've always had that, even in the scariest moments where I was just like, am I gonna live? Like, questioning life or death. I don't know, just always had this sense of hope that everything will be okay. Everything will be okay. It will be okay. Not right now, but it will be okay. So I guess that kind of was shifting my pain into power, and is shifting my pain into my power story, because as I keep going up, it will be attached to my story and how I came up and how it built me as a person and built my mindset and my mentality and how I walk, how I do things, how I operate in life. So your pain is not a weakness. It's not some messed up struggle story. Like, yeah, it is fucking messed up, but it doesn't mean that it's like this, that's weird. No. All the pain that people go through truly it's beautiful in its own different ways if you can look at the different lessons and if you can alchemize that pain into your power. And just a reminder, you're not alone in this whole life shit of, going through pain. We all go through different seasons of trials and tribulations. You're not alone in this. Just trust yourself and know that things will get better, that whatever flames that you are going through might be teaching you, might be helping you. And like I keep saying, building that foundation. So I want to start ending off this podcast. I hope this was a nice little video that you could relate to, and something that was, hitting to the heart too, because this obviously pain, everyone goes through it. So it's got to hit somewhere. Just a reminder, your pain doesn't have to be your prison. Let it be proof that you are powerful, that you are resilient, that you made it. Like, look at you. Look at you a year ago now. Because for me, looking at a year ago, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, to now is like, damn, how the fuck am I still standing? How am I not a coked out how am I not, like, it's just the proof. It's like, damn, I did it, and it's like, I didn't have nobody to help. I helped my own damn self. So let it be your proof. That's your power. Just because it tried to break you and it didn't, it just made you stronger. You're worthy of everything that you desire. You are worthy of great things and good things and abundance and beautiful things to come into your life. You are deserving of that. Alrighty, thank you so much for watching. I hope if you like this video, drop a like, share, whatever the fuck, subscribe if you are new, or you want to, attach to this kind of niche of podcasts, and there's more episodes to come. So we'll see you guys soon. Bye.